I'm Amy Schiller, formerly Amy Bekken. Some people know me as Amy Dude. I'll tell you that story later, but I started playing ultimate Frisbee at the University of Illinois. And I found it, luckily, as a freshman. I had been running track in high school and didn't want to do that anymore, so met the guys who were the captains of the ultimate team back then. So this is 1981. We played co-ed, so super fun. We were traveling around the region. We came in that Midwest period from sort of an overall mentality. So during the summer when I went up to Chicago, back home with my family, I was playing with Windy City and the aces were there. We would play disc golf. And that summer, that first summer that I was playing Frisbee, came out here to Santa Cruz, California. Tom Schott was organizing the World Disc Championships right here, sacred hallowed ground here at Santa Cruz. I played ultimate, so back in that day you could pick up ultimate. So I played with great teams picking up. We got a chance to see a lot of the overall. So I got to see the best in the world. Donnie Rhodes came over near me, so I'm sitting crisscross right on the sideline, and there's Donnie Rhodes pulling off like a 10 in front of me. And at that point I was like, I gotta learn this nail delay. So that winter I practiced getting the delay. From there, my first women's partner and best friend in college, Nan Moreau Babakanyan, she handled my crappy sidearm. I could barely throw counter to her, but we were the Frisbee girls. We'd go on the quad and do our freestyle. So that was college. I got to play overall. Pat Tower came to the University of Illinois. He's an amazing ultimate player and great friend from the Midwest, and he taught me how to throw distance. We held our own little overall championship, Illinois state championship. Just the three of us, Nan, Pat, and me. And that's how it all started. So then finishing college and coming to California, because my folks moved out to LA, I played ultimate, of course. The ultimate was still my core sport. I love that sport. That was the one sport that I never really reached my pinnacle in, unfortunately, but all my best friends from ultimate, I played with Safari, so I would travel down to San Diego on the weekends. They were an amazing team, and they were all ultimate and overall players. So Annie Kreml, Wendy Coates. They convinced me, oh, Amy, you should do this US Open. So I did, and I made money playing Frisbee, so I was hooked. And that was 86, my first US Open. And I then got very into that. I think the third year that I played overall, I won the overall. And then in 1990, I started partnering up with Stacy McCarthy in freestyle. And I learned a lot. I learned so much, and we started to tour. So we got to tour Australia together. We got to do all kinds of corporate shows and stuff. And we called ourselves the California Girls. That was pretty fun. So guess where I set the women's MTA record? I was really kind of relieved that Juliana didn't break it here, because I set it here. That year in overall, I played MTA so hard, like in between the events, I was up there learning the wind, cranking it out over and over again. I thought maybe I overdid it, but apparently not, so got that one. Actually, prior to that, I think in '89 was the year that I threw, I had the distance record for a little while. I was training with Rick LeBeau at the time, and he said, let's do the Phoenixes, we're gonna figure this out. And so we did, and we were getting together regularly. Rick was actually one of the first athletes that I know of who was using video. So we were filming each other, and then we were doubling back and checking out what it really looked like, and it was effective. That day when I set the distance record was in La Mirada, and we were having a crazy heat wave there, so there were a lot of thermals. And you got to realize the Phoenix was a first in that overstable technology. Really large, gigantic dome on that flight plate. Really huge rim, which was kind of big even for my hand, but I think I caught a kind of a lucky thermal, and it was 130 meters was the women's record then at that time. And that felt pretty good. Rob was mentioning that people thought I won all the titles, but I haven't won any ultimate titles. So, but in 1990, I won the freestyle women's title with Stacy. I won the disc golf championships in Phoenix by myself. And I won the overall. I think it was the US Open that year. I can't remember, was it WFDF or US Open? Oops. Anyway, I had won a lot of overalls. But in any event, that was kind of my beginning. And then I fell in love with Dave Schiller. We played here. So again, Santa Cruz, my sacred ground in 1994, Dave and I. We didn't win, but we played to this beautiful Pearl Jam song, and we had like a gorgeous routine. And we fell in love, and we got married in 99, had our son in 2000, Brady, and so right now Brady's 15. We still jam all the time. Brady's into Frisbee too. He's out here playing MTA today, and I just love to play. So throw me some spin. I think one of the things that I regret a little bit is not being more of a coach to other people, because, you know, hey, it's petered out a lot. Ultimate, of course, has not, and disc golf neither, but the overall and freestyle have taken a hit. So that's my commitment, is to work more with people that are new players, or just go, hey, that's cool, and kind of calm myself down and go talk more to people and be a little more approachable in the least. So it's exciting to have Juliana coming out and freestyling in San Diego. So that's amazing. And yeah, it's, you know, keep it going.